Many of the objects made by ancient people still have the power to astonish us. They remind us that those who lived long before us were far more advanced in design and engineering than we often assume. These discoveries can even open new windows into how our ancient ancestors lived, what they valued, and how their societies functioned. Join us on a journey through some of the most surprising finds ever unearthed and discover what they reveal about the world as it once was. Number 15. Moche Priestess Tomb. In 2013, archaeologists working at San Jose de Moro on Peru's northern coast uncovered the remains of a powerful woman from the ancient Moche civilization. Buried in an elaborate tomb, she was found with a silver goblet, ceremonial knife, and ornate pottery, all enclosed in a copper-covered coffin. At the time, the Moche culture was thought to be patriarchal, but this burial challenged that belief. She wasn't alone in history either. This discovery led to several more similar tombs, all believed to belong to female priestesses. Their bodies were surrounded by sacrificial victims and ceremonial objects, with each burial speaking volumes about status and spirituality. The ceramic vessels inside depict scenes from mythology and daily life, acting as silent narrators of Moche cosmology. These ladies weren't just symbolic figures, they were central to religious and possibly political life. Their tombs, rich in detail and reverence, continue to reshape our understanding of gender roles and leadership in pre-Columbian societies. Number 14. Limburg Starothik Reliquary. The Limburg Starothik is a Byzantine reliquary crafted in Constantinople during the 10th century, celebrated for its remarkable cloisonné enamel work. It consists of two distinct parts, a removable double-armed cross believed to hold relics from the true cross, and a richly decorated box made slightly later to house the cross itself. The box is designed with 10 detailed enamel panels, each showing angels in courtly robes and inscriptions that label the sacred contents of the compartments. These include supposed relics from Jesus Christ's life, items like the swaddling clothes, the crown of thorns, and even Mary's belt. Whether these items are authentic remains uncertain, but their cultural and symbolic significance is undeniable. The craftsmanship alone places the reliquary among the most exquisite of its kind. Today, the Starothik is housed in the Diocesan Museum of Limburg, Germany, where it stands as a testament not only to faith but to the artistry and ambition of Byzantine religious relics. Number 13. Cosmetic Spoon. This intricately carved object from Egypt goes by a surprisingly humble name, the cosmetic spoon, young girl swimming. It dates back to the late 18th dynasty around 1300 BCE and is currently housed in the Louvre Museum in Paris. Made from painted carob wood, it's shaped in the form of a girl gliding through water, holding a bowl-shaped vessel above her head. Despite its title, the piece wasn't used for applying cosmetics. Instead, it likely served a spiritual or ceremonial function, perhaps to hold myrrh or other offerings meant for rituals or the dead. Its sculptural style allows it to be viewed from any angle, a technique known as carving in the round, which shows the sophistication of ancient Egyptian woodwork. The form of the girl may symbolize rebirth or connection with the divine, a common theme in Egyptian belief systems. It's a rare combination of functionality and symbolic storytelling, quiet in appearance, but rich in meaning. Number 12. The 3700-year-old smiley face. Well, let's smile. Back in 2017, archaeologists made a find that was oddly cheerful. They found a 3700-year-old jug from the Hittite era, complete with a painted smiley face. The expression, hidden for millennia, only surfaced after the ceramic piece was carefully restored. It's an unexpectedly lighthearted detail from a culture often remembered more for warfare than whimsy. The Hittites, known for their powerful armies and fearsome chariots, don't usually get credit for having a sense of humor. Yet here it is, a simple, beaming smile etched into a jug once used for sherbet, a sweet drink enjoyed during ceremonies or feasts. Some believe the smile was meant to reflect the sweetness of the drink inside. Either way, it's a surprising moment of humanity preserved in clay. It reminds us that even in an age of conquest and ancient empires, people still found joy in the little things, and maybe liked a sugary treat with a side of good vibes. Number 11. The ancient city of Uzès emerges. For decades, the Roman city of Uzès in southern France sat on the fence between legend and history. A few inscriptions hinted at its existence, but without physical remains, it remained a scholarly question mark and a myth. That changed in 2017, when a set of elaborate mosaics uncovered during an excavation turned out to be just the beginning. As the dig expanded, it became clear this wasn't just a villa, it was a full Roman town. Some mosaics appeared older than the official Roman conquest of France, suggesting Romans may have lived here peacefully long before military campaigns began. The layout of surrounding buildings and their materials pointed to a community that thrived until the 7th century, when it was either destroyed or deserted. Oddly, the city left no identifiable markers, no official inscriptions to name it outright, but the evidence aligns almost too well with historical mentions of Uzès. The artistry, age, and sudden silence of this town make it a rare and powerful find in the story of Roman Gaul. Number 10. Hunterston Brooch. Discovered in 1826 near Hunterston, North Ayrshire, the Hunterston brooch is one of the finest examples of early Celtic craftsmanship. Likely created in the early 8th century, the brooch is cast in silver, gilded in gold, and originally set with pieces of amber, though many have since been lost. Its design is layered with intricate filigree and interlaced animal motifs, showcasing the high artistry of the time. At its center lies a golden cross, believed to represent the risen Christ, making it both a decorative item and a symbol of faith. What adds a human touch to the piece is the inscription scratched onto the back in Old Norse runes. Melbrigda owns this brooch. This makes it more than just a royal or religious item, it was a personal possession, carried by someone who wanted the world to know it was theirs. Today, historians consider it the earliest and most ornate penannular brooch ever found in Britain or Ireland, marking it as both rare and significant. Number 9. The Stela of Queen Tetisheri. Unearthed in 1902 in the ruins of Abydos, the limestone stela dedicated to Queen Tetisheri was commissioned by Pharaoh Ahmose as part of a mortuary complex honoring his grandmother. Tetisheri, known as the matriarch of Egypt's 18th dynasty, played a pivotal role in the lineage of Ahmose and his queen, Ahmose Nefertari. The stela is split into two scenes. In the lunette above, Ahmose is seen making offerings to Tetisheri, her name carved into the surrounding cartouches. Below, inscriptions describe the construction of the shrine and the pharaoh's devotion to honoring her legacy. The double-column layout, duplicated on both sides, was likely symbolic, perhaps representing balance between the living and the dead. The name Ahmose translates to born of the moon, a reflection of divine strength and legitimacy. Though the limestone stela is just one piece of a broader mortuary landscape, its inscriptions and symbolism offer a rare and deeply personal glimpse into royal memory and dynastic continuity. Number 8. The Golden Horse Head of Germany. A 2,000-year-old golden horse's head, once part of a huge statue of Emperor Augustus, was found in the town of Waldgurms, near Frankfurt. Its find reshaped what many think about Roman-Germanic relations. Traditional accounts claim the Romans avoided settling in that region after suffering a brutal defeat at the Battle of Teutoburg Forest in 9 AD. But this sculpture told a different story. There were no signs of Roman forts or garrisons in the area, only homes, workshops, and a marketplace. The site resembled a peaceful trading settlement rather than a military post. It seemed Romans weren't just passing through, they were living side by side with Germanic communities. The statue itself was likely destroyed during the sudden withdrawal or expulsion of the Romans after things went south politically. What's left of it is both stunning and sobering. It adds complexity to a chapter of history often reduced to warfare and borders, showing instead a period of cooperation that briefly flourished before vanishing into the past. Number 7. A Roman-era comic strip in Jordan. During a 2016 excavation in Jordan, archaeologists uncovered a Roman tomb that caught everyone's attention, not for what was buried inside, but for what was painted on the walls. The tomb was covered in more than 260 illustrated figures, all rendered in a surprisingly animated, cartoon-like style. What really stood out, though, were the speech captions accompanying the characters. These weren't random marks, some were full lines of dialogue, eerily reminiscent of modern comic book bubbles. One figure lies flat on the floor, saying, "Alas for me, I am dead," fusing drama with a pinch of humor. The art doesn't follow a single story thread. Some scenes show Greek gods feasting, others portray lumberjacks at work. Despite evidence of prior looting, the illustrations were remarkably well preserved. Experts believe the tomb might have belonged to the founder of the ancient city of Capitolias, though that remains unconfirmed. Either way, this discovery stands out as an unexpected visual archive, a layered blend of culture, storytelling, and ancient expression. Number 6. The unusual Roman villa. Roman villas in Britain aren't rare. In fact, they are pretty common. But this one, unearthed in Scarborough in early 2021, left archaeologists doing double takes. It's like no other Roman structure found before. Shaped with a circular center and square rooms radiating outward like a cross, the layout breaks every pattern we've come to expect. It was clearly the home of someone with serious status and taste. Whoever lived here had access to luxury, including a personal bathhouse, which adds another layer of mystery. The cross-like structure could suggest religious use, yet the presence of bathing facilities hints it might have served a social function, possibly an elite gathering spot or private estate. Built somewhere between 1,700 and 2,000 years ago, the villa's design and scale make it completely unique. There is no parallel that exists in the Roman world, and that's saying something. Whether it was a private residence, a temple, or a kind of Roman gentleman's club, one thing's clear: it wasn't your average villa. Number 6. Jordan lead codices. In March 2011, a group of ancient books made of lead surfaced from a cave in Jordan, quickly drawing global attention and even more skepticism. Known as the Jordan lead codices, these small, metal-bound volumes contain inscriptions related to Jewish mysticism and possibly early Christianity. Some experts, including researchers at the University of Sussex, confirmed that the lead itself is genuinely ancient, dating back nearly 2,000 years. But that's where the certainty ends. The writing inside is riddled with inconsistencies, casting doubt on whether the text is as old as the metal it's written on. Some scholars argue that someone took authentic materials and reworked them to create what they hoped would look like sacred relics. Others claim the codices are encoded and simply misunderstood. One even features a human face that some believe could be the earliest depiction of Jesus. Whether brilliant forgery or misunderstood artifacts, the codices remain divisive, and the academic world still can't agree on what exactly they are. Number 4. Scotland sips forgotten medieval bridge. In October 2020, after years of speculation and searching, archaeologists in Scotland finally uncovered the remains of an ancient bridge hidden beneath a modern one in Ancram. At first glance, it might seem unremarkable, but historically it's anything but. Built in the 14th century, the structure became known as the King's Way, a vital connection across the River Teviot. It once carried Mary, Queen of Scots, during her return from a border tour in 1566. 4 decades earlier, King James the same route. At the time, when the tides rose, this bridge was the only crossing point between Hawick and Berwick that made it strategically essential, and inevitably, a target in times of conflict. Over the centuries, it was buried and forgotten, almost lost to time. But beneath layers of stone and soil, it waited quietly until the right team came along. Its rediscovery isn't just about bricks and mortar, it's a piece of medieval movement. Long erased from maps, now restored to memory. What do you think about it? Let us know. Number 3. Hidden Bronze Age tomb. In early 2021, a quiet stroll along Ireland's Dingle Peninsula turned into a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. A local man moved a stone and found a hidden passage leading deep underground into what turned out to be a 4,000-year-old tomb. The structure had gone untouched since it was first sealed in the Bronze Age. Most tombs from that era are built above ground and follow a recognizable wedge tomb format, but this one broke the mold. Inside, archaeologists found a large burial chamber with human remains, a second smaller chamber, and a mysterious passage that continues even deeper. In that passage lay fragments of bone and a carefully placed oblong stone, possibly of symbolic importance. The capstone sealing the tomb was massive and must have taken serious coordination to lift into place. This wasn't something thrown together, it was carefully hidden, intentionally built and built to last. The identity of the main occupant remains a mystery, but the tomb's craftsmanship speaks volumes about the people who buried them. Number 2. The Torlonia Vase. This 6-foot-tall marble masterpiece has passed through the hands of some of Europe's most influential collectors, also known as the Cesi Albani vase. Its elaborate form, a calyx crater, is adorned with a high-relief Bacchic procession. The sculpted frieze, the inverted lip, and the bearded satyr handles make it a standout even among other classical pieces. Though originally Roman, dating back nearly 2,000 years, its final form was influenced by Renaissance modifications. In the 16th century, lion paw legs and a triangular pedestal were added, transforming the vessel into a garden fountain. It was admired and replicated in engravings and sketches by generations of artists. The vase eventually found a permanent home with the Torlonia family in Rome, after being part of collections owned by Cardinal Paolo Emilio Cesi and the Albani family. Today, the Torlonia vase stands not only as an artifact of ancient Roman art, but as a canvas of changing European tastes and preservation across centuries. Number 1. Silver figurine of Szolków. At a fortified hilltop site in Czechów, Poland, archaeologists uncovered a striking silver figurine unlike anything previously found in the region. Just 2 inches tall, the artifact is human-shaped, with hands joined at the front, possibly in prayer. Though it could be a religious symbol, another theory suggests the figure once held a wooden item that has long since decayed. The fort itself was built by the Slavs in the 8th century and remained in use for 200 years. Despite over 6 decades of excavation, this tiny sculpture has brought new energy to the site, showing that significant finds still await. Ceramic fragments found nearby help date the figurine to the fort's earliest period. Whether it was a personal keepsake, a symbol of devotion, or something else entirely remains uncertain, but the craftsmanship and emotional presence of the object are clear. In a place shaped by centuries of conflict and resilience, this delicate figure is a rare glimpse of something more personal, something possibly sacred. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one.